And now, live from Pod Cabin in Burbank, California, it's the Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend show. Tonight, Allison welcomes her guest. She's a writer who spends what little free time she has sneaking into people's houses and decorating their bare-ass walls. It's Wendy Molyneux. And he's a comedian who's relearning how to socialize. For example, he now remembers which appendage you shouldn't extend to someone when saying hello. It's David Huntsberger. Tone Zone is here to spend his entire per diem on shirts with very complicated patterns. I'm her husband Daniel, saying hop on board the Love Bus. Say hello to your new best friend, Allison Rosen.
Allison is your new best friend. Allison, with her the good times never end. Allison Rosen, doing the wavy pencil dance again. Allison's your new best friend.
Hello, my little no-bake chocolate oatmeal cookies, parentheses, because it's hot outside. And boy, howdy, is it hot and steamy. Welcome to another exciting episode of Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend. That particular carbohydrate was sent in on Patreon. By Stacey Ann Anderson. There was a runner-up. And it was Robin Kern sent in an array of British desserts because her friend in England is having surgery tonight. So like an honor for friend. And I thought, that is sweet. It's also like a very heavy note to start the show on. So I thought I'll just mention it second, when it's more appropriate. I'm laughing at myself because I did start the show on that note. Anyway, good luck to your friend. It is hot. An array of stuff on Patreon, weekly bonus episodes, Zoom parties. There's a level where you can text me. You can watch video of the Thursday shows when we do them on Zoom. I'm getting the place set up for video one of these days, trust me. And just, so much access to me. You'll beg me to leave you alone. Again, patreon.com/Allison Rosen. Very excited to say hello to my guest today. We have quite a show for you. Wendy Molyneux, hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going all right. I have an announcement about my foot, but I can wait.
Ooh.
Oh, this is a foot tease.
Yeah.
It's good. Okay. So you guys definitely stick around for like 4 minutes from now when we find out what it is. I can't. Tony,
Yes?
do you have any drops that would be appropriate for foot news? I don't need it yet. I'm just saying we're going to circle back to foot news.
Okay.
It is so fucking hot in here. Daniel, I am looking at you because it's not fair. And it also doesn't make sense. However, in my head, I've decided we live in Burbank and in California because of you. And if it weren't for you, then I would be living in a cold climate, except I was texting.
Where's that?
Well, in my head, New York, except I was talking to a friend who lives in New York today because she listened to the Chris Gethard episode where I discussed this situation. And she was like, oh, yeah, it's like 90 and humid all the time here now.
Maybe Tasmania right now would be cold, right?
Where is Tasmania?
Isn't it southern tip of Australia?
Is it cold there now?
Yeah, it's their winter
there, yeah.
It's their winter now.
Well,
Yeah, because everything's inside out and upside down there, right?
I want to be a reverse snowbird, an inside out, upside down snowbird, which means I just go where it's cold. Like old people go to Florida when it's hot, or Burbank
Or
Like-
Tucson.
when it's the summer.
Like a koala is an inside out raccoon, right? If you've flipped him inside out, like
Yes.
an inside, like a reversible jacket.
Yes,
Like
that is right.
If a raccoon goes to Australia, it gets flipped inside out, and then
Right.
it's a koala. Right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Just checking.
I have a stuffed animal that I've had since I was 6. Her name is Koala.
No. We have a stuffed animal.
Oh, is that how it works now?
It sleeps with us every night, so it's ours.
I wasn't going to go that far with it. I was just going to talk about how I've never turned it inside out, but maybe
Well,
it's a raccoon. I wasn't going to say that it goes in a
doesn't affect
bed.
stuffed animals. It's only the real animal.
Oh, that
It's
makes
like how there it's winter now, and here it's summer. If a raccoon goes to
Yeah.
Australia, it flips inside out, and
That's
its
the-
insides are a koala.
that makes
That's
sense.
the only species that does that.
No, there's several. You won't believe what a crocodile is here.
What is it?
A dove.
What?
Yeah, if you flip a dove, you start with the mouth and you kind of push the insides out, and that one's like really compressed. So when it comes out of the mouth, crocodile.
Wait, but doves fly, so you're telling me they they make this journey to the other hemisphere. The
No,
moment
they don't
cross
go.
the
They
equator,
don't want to.
Oh, they
but
don't.
If they did, like if you brought one in a cage on the airplane, big mistake.
Yeah, they would
The
flip.
minute you're in the airspace, all of a sudden you're in the plane. Imagine holding a alligator.
Ladies and
that's
gentlemen,
busted
not
out
to
of
alarm
its
you, we've
cage.
just learned we have a dove in our cargo.
Yeah.
That would happen?
Yeah, if there are any Dundees on board who could handle the dove when it transforms into a crocodile, please alert the flight attendant. And then someone's like, "Oh, I can do
Hi,
it."
I'm Steve Dundee. And I have bad news for you. I don't deal with crocodiles.
Oh no, you've renounced your family heritage, sir.
I don't like being put in a box, and everybody in my family was like, "You're going to go to the crocodile game," and I said, "I'm not."
Wow, that's such a good accent. I can't do that.
Really good. It's almost
Oh,
as good as my South African.
Oh boy, here we go. We're already doing it, and we haven't even gone through the intro.
Safe.
Safe.
By the way, afterwards I listened, and that is not how South Africans say South. They say South. But I feel like I've captured the essence. You know, sometimes you have to go too far to illustrate something. David Huntsberger, hello. Welcome
hello.
to the show.
Thanks for having me.
It is wonderful to see you.
Yeah.
Wonderful to catch up. Tony Thaxton, hello.
Hello.
I've introduced you out of order because I haven't swung around
yeah,
to
we didn't
Daniel
get
yet.
Daniel.
you don't
Speaking of
need to-
intros and Daniel, I was really hoping he'd introduce himself as Bert Knuckles, of course.
Oh my God.
Bert Knuckles.
By the
I
way, that feels
forgot.
like months and
Yeah.
months
Yes,
ago.
it does.
Yeah, I could be Burt Knuckles for you.
Bert Knuckles. A 2-syllable
Irish.
name. Tony, I felt like you were about to say something.
Oh no, I wasn't.
Oh.
I got literally nothing.
It's because it's so fucking hot.
And just every. It should be exciting right now because we can like start doing things again, and I'm just fucking bored.
It's
You're bored here
Bored?
now?
Yeah.
Is this a commentary
Yeah.
on us?
This is the problem. I was having a
Wow.
great
Tony,
day
what
until
the
I got
fuck?
here. But
I recently on the Chris Gethard episode, I said that it's so hot it's making me loathe my life. And you took that personally. You're like, well, I'm sure Daniel and the kids would feel great about that. And as someone who's a big part of your life, thank you. So you being bored now, we are all taking it personally.
Yeah, I am.
Big time, man.
Big
yeah,
time.
what the hell, dude?
well, this is what happens when you're the bad boy of podcasting. You don't
Doesn't-
give a fuck.
Oh, man.
Daniel, hello.
Hi.
I could not remember what the reference was to David offering the wrong appendage when he meets someone or greets someone.
Oh, he just said he's learning to re-socialize himself, and I thought it would be funny if he forgot how to shake hands, what to...
So in your scenario, I was doing something inappropriate to greet other humans?
Probably be the most friendly thing you could do if you think about it.
Guess?
I mean, it depends.
It's the ultimate sign of trust.
Trust?
If
What do you mean?
If you-
Trust?
Well, if you handed someone
Your junk.
your junk when you said hello, it's like saying, I trust you with my junk.
No, that's
don't
just
care for
saying
that.
you're a sex offender.
Yeah.
So are you trying to reframe?
to look at
Like the whole Louis C.K.
Okay.
thing was
Oh,
he was
I
just like
didn't
trying
know.
to tell people he trusted them?
I didn't know I was at the woke table.
Yeah,
Is this
well,
the-
welcome
is
to
this-
the woke table where I don't think that men thrusting their wiener upon you as a hello
Unbelievable.
see
is a
you.
gesture of trust.
You know,
petite weenie.
okay. You know, I see where I see when I'm at the wrong place.
Yeah.
You know, end time. There was a time, you know, back in the 50s.
Yeah, that's
When
that's
guys did that all the
President
time.
Truman would address the nation in full flag. His erection a waving in the wind.
Next thing you know, you'll try to teach the kids that George Washington didn't open his beehole for his troops when he was giving them speeches.
That helped their morale?
Yeah. Yeah, but
I'm one of those people that doesn't know, but I love, like, if someone turns me onto a podcast, it's like, this is the history they don't tell you
Yep.
about. So I'm fascinated by
how do you
this.
think we won the Revolutionary War? It was sunning their beeholes. Anal?
Oh. Extra vitamin D, like, right in the bloodstream?
That's right. And it gave him that extra boost.
I never heard this.
Yeah, well, you can't teach it now.
Too woke.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
It's a shame. It really is. All that we've lost with this correction in the world. Okay. What is happening to my throat?
I don't know. You don't have Delta virus, do you?
I hope not. I don't think so. You can't. You know those rapid tests that you were talking about? They are sold out everywhere.
out.
I ordered some.
Oh, no, because I have some at home, but not that many.
That's smart.
I only have like 6 left, though.
Hoard them.
I'm going to.
I ordered some. They should be arriving this week. But there's a run on them in the stores. And I really kicked myself because I could have bought them when I saw them in the store. But I didn't because I'm like, we don't need them right now.
Oh, no.
And now I would like to have some. I want to get to the Bigfoot. I said foot weird. I want to get to the Bigfoot news.
Okay.
But
Bigfoot
first,
news.
the Bigfoot news. Yeah, I know a lot of people just tuned in and they're going to be disappointed. But first, I just want to address what you said, Tony, about this time is supposed to be exciting. I am excited by being able to do podcasts in person again and stuff like that.
No, I am too. I was slightly exaggerating.
But there's a but.
Yes.
Not the one that George Washington used to win the war, a different one. The butt is, it is a confusing time
By the way, his
now.
butt was made out of wood. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Back in those days.
I
Yep.
did not know that. I heard that that's apocryphal.
I'm sorry, but go ahead.
It's hard to know how nervous to be, what to do, how to let the rising case numbers affect behavior, etc. It's just, there's no reason to open champagne just yet.
Does cha-
Agree.
We got to
Wait,
go back in time then.
Does champagne have it?
You know what I'm saying. It's a confusing time. How are you guys feeling?
Yeah, same. Like, I wonder if I should pull the kids out of camp. Because I know if they get it, it'll probably be fine.
The kids part.
But I just, I don't know if I'm being stupid letting them... Like, when we left on our road trip on June 25th, there were like 200 cases per day in LA, and now there's 1,800, which is not good. And the kids are unvaccinated because they can't be vaccinated yet. If they could be, I'd have them there right now. But I know it's like a low risk for kids even if they get it. But it still makes me feel like I'm like throwing them to the wolves or something. So I don't know whether to pull them or not.
I'm I remember last time we were talking and I was saying like I was a little overconfident about the coronavirus in general, and you were like, oh, I wasn't, and that you were equally pessimistic about like the Delta variant.
Yeah.
And I think we're opposite in that, like, with kids, I just want to in the future be like, if nothing else, you won't have a heart abnormality or suddenly lose your sense of taste or whatever these unforeseen long-term effects might be, because I was way overly cautious, even though we kind of knew kids should be fine and maybe it'll be
Right.
good for your immune system to get it young. Just the risk that like there might be myocarditis or there might be like inner ear stuff or something longer term down the road that we don't know about. And that like 25% of people who have had the coronavirus develop some new weird diagnosis after the fact. It just worries me too much where I feel like I'll get blamed for a lot of stuff as a parent later on in life, but I don't want this one of like, oh yeah, sorry. I thought you'd be okay with it. So I'm going
So
to...
your team, I should pull my kids out of camp.
Yeah, that's my thought. As I'm being
Wow.
way too cautious, and that's not my normal go-to. I feel like I'm pretty cavalier in general, but I just think as a parent, if you had to be like, yeah, sorry, I don't know why you suddenly developed this inner ear thing. They're tying it to the coronavirus. We can't say for sure, but
Yeah.
I think we would all feel shitty.
Are your kids in camp, Allison and Daniel?
Preschool.
Elliot is
they're
back
at
in preschool. Yeah. It's hard. I think it's really hard to figure out how to do the calculation because the truth is the risk is very low.
Very low.
But God forbid if it happens to you. I
Right.
think you're right. But I think when your kids are older, a little bit older, then you have to add into the calculation what it's costing them
Yeah.
to be home all the time. And like
Right.
I mean, I will go backwards if we have to,
Same.
but I'm so hesitant because it's helped. Like Elliot is just so much. It's been so good for him to be back in preschool, even though it's only been like a week and a half.
It's
or something,
crazy
2
how
weeks.
quickly you see, growth and just so from the social interaction with other kids that you just go, ugh, I don't want to lock them down for another.
Well, and there is a high likelihood that the antibodies they develop will be good for them long-term immune system
Right.
health. I
They're
just...
also unlikely to catch it even at these levels. But
yeah.
It's hard to know.
I think if we were, I think if we were in Alabama or something, I might have a different calculation.
Or
Even though
Missouri.
it's, where it's really, really bad. Here, it's not, I mean, yes, it's higher, but it's also bigger population. So I'm not really there yet.
Yeah, we'll see what happens in the next week. If it's down by the end of the next week, that means it's ripped through a bunch of the unvaccinated people again already, and it actually just increased immunity because a lot more people got it.
Yeah, it's this thing is just dragging on forever.
It really is.
Really is. Okay, let's get to the foot news.
Okay. You ready? Is there any music, or should I make some?
Oh, I
yeah.
had. Oh, do you want to make some?
Breaking
We've
the
got
day's biggest
some
stories, whether
news,
it's a
foot
Liz Frank fracture
news.
or if it's gout. We cover everything across the planet, bringing you beep, 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 foot news.
Okay. Well, the reason I wanted to announce it is because Daniel might think I'm creeping on him because I've got my leg extended out here for maximum comfort because I broke my toe.
What?
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Bum,
Which
bum,
toe?
bum.
Yeah, which-
my
ooh.
pinky on my left foot. For all those foot fetishists out there who also have a weird wound fetish, I got your foot right here, boys or girls.
Pussy
I'm
feet.
open. And yeah, so I got a broken, very swollen pinky toe. They don't do anything though, as we all know. And you know
I
what?
didn't know.
Everyone always says that, and then I Googled it to be like, maybe I shouldn't even go to the doctor. But then the Google says, the Google
Dr. Google.
says, don't ignore it. Don't assume they don't do anything. Go get it x-rayed. And then I went there. They were like, we're not even going to x-ray it. It'll just get better. So, yeah.
What happened?
What happened? Yeah.
I literally just was walking in my bedroom and smashed it on my bedpost.
Oh yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, it didn't feel great. And at first it like flopped to the side
Ooh.
like its own thing. It was really weird, and I moved it with my finger and I screamed.
Because it hurt or because it felt weird?
Both. Now it hurts a lot less. I had to ice it constantly for like 2 days. I didn't know broken toes hurt so much.
I've never,
hurt a
think I've
lot.
ever had a broken. I said I don't think as if maybe I have. I've never had a broken toe.
Yeah, they hurt. Don't do it.
I won't.
I know you like to get your thrills and chills, but don't do it that way. Find some other way.
I was about to break my toe tonight, but I
Yeah.
guess now, thankfully, we've had this conversation
Yeah.
on this segment of Foot News.
Was we gotta get news? Foot news. Come on, tell me foot news.
Yeah, our friend broke her foot twice in like the space of she broke both feet separately in the space of 6 months. She but similar to you, just walked into something or
Yeah.
I don't know, fell down or something
Yeah.
happened. Something just like pretty benign around the house.
I don't want to, blame the victim or anything here. So don't take this the wrong way. But if you had been practicing
Oh,
the
yeah.
Quantz method,
I forgot about
which
this.
involves sort of engaging the toes more frequently, focusing on your toes and the usage of your toes, then A, you'd be more mindful of your toes.
Yes.
B, your pinky toe would start to become useful, evolutionary advancement, and perhaps you wouldn't have broke it.
I'm all in on this now. You got me. What do we do?
You just
When do we start?
as soon as you're all healed up, just start engaging the toes.
But I need.
Thinking
Is
about
this
toes.
like a course? Are you my
I'm
leader
working on
now?
that. I'm working
You're
on
my
that.
Keith Raniere of toe method, but not in a weird way.
Yeah,
I don't mean in like a
But just-
volleyball
No,
sex way.
definitely a
Not
weird
a sex
in a
way,
foot
but
way.
yes, in a volleyball way.
If volleyball's part of it, I'll play. I'll
I
do
wanted
whatever
to
you
start
tell
a
me
volleyball
now.
cult, and this is our way in.
I just love that he played volleyball.
I
It's
know.
the weirdest.
At 3 a.m.
And isn't he short?
Yeah.
Yes, it's the weirdest part of it. Like every shot of him, he had those fucking knee pads pulled down to his ankles, like sitting on the sidelines, John with people. It was
Yeah.
just so
It is a
bizarre.
weird- it
Like
is
if
a
you
weird one.
wanted some
weird.
FaceTime with Keith, you had to get up
Play
at
volleyball.
2:30 a.m.
Like if
and
you
head over
grew
to the
up,
court.
like if you're from California or something, I can understand beach volleyball because it's just something you can do on the beach, and the beach is a fun place to be for some people. But like regular ass volleyball in a gym when you could play basketball.
I mean, I sympathize with him in that volleyball is a sport you can play when you're not good at sports, because I played that type of indoor volleyball in middle school. It was the only sport I was even reasonably good at, because you don't have to be fast, you don't have to be accurate. So probably
running
he
around
is
too
not
much.
very athletic. And he was
That's
like,
it.
I can look reasonably good in front of these women that I'm imprisoning by playing volleyball in front of them. It's like if a peacock played volleyball.
Yes. Yes. Did you enjoy it, Wendy?
Volleyball? No, I thought it was a nightmare. I hated all organized sports. The minute I got into theater, mwah. Great times.
Yeah. I remember it. I mean, I've probably made contact with a volleyball 12 times in my life, if even
Made
that.
contact with a volleyball.
Like, you know.
Well,
yeah.
sometimes they'd bean her in the head. So that counts.
That counts. That's 11.
But I remember when it would hit your arms, it really stung. It was a real stinging slap of a volleyball.
But I
in
can
your
feel,
arms.
even as you're saying this, I feel myself empathizing with Keith Raniere because I'm like, I bet I'm still reasonably better than other adults at indoor volleyball. So if I wanted to start a little sex cult of my own, I may invite a lot of people to come play volleyball with me because I would look a lot better than in other situations.
Do you think you're going to do that after Daniel has trained you to engage your toes?
Yes, because I don't want to like injure myself in front
Right.
of all my new sexual
Can I
partners.
ask a documentary question? Was this his way of having a volleyball game, but was he phrasing it under the term like, all right, enlightenment training, 1 a.m., be there?
I don't know if there was
I don't
that,
think
but
so.
I do recall. Didn't they play like really late at night?
Yeah, that's what
Yes.
I'm saying. It was in the middle of the night. But I actually, despite, I think this was the one thing where it was supposed to be just volleyball. Like it was just recreation.
Well, he would hold court though,
He
so
would
to
hold
speak.
court.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like footage of him sitting at the edge of the gym with like a girl on each
Right.
side of him and a guy like on the floor, like, what's up? Tell me your
that honestly sounds like a picture that would be in a college magazine,
Yeah.
doesn't
Yes,
it?
absolutely.
So it'll begin. I'll lure them in with the toe engagement, but then what they don't realize is lots of late night volleyball.
Run by me.
Yeah,
This is
you
like
guys are
how
competing.
Keith had that creepy lady.
Yeah.
Oh yes, what
They
was her
always
name?
have a woman around, so this is perfect.
You'll be the creepy lady.
I'll be the creepy lady. I always have been,
We
but
have
now I'll
all
just
the
make it
ingredients.
official.
Cool.
You
What
teach me
was
the
her
toe
name?
stuff to lure me in, and then I lure everyone else in with
Ooh,
volleyball.
that's right.
Did
I
you
don't
wa-
know.
Did you watch
Tabitha.
the Nexium?
I don't know what her
No,
name
I
is.
listened to the podcast, though.
Yes, I think
Who's
she
the
was
gal who just went to jail?
Allison Mack.
Allison Mack. That,
God, what was the name of that woman? She knew NLP. And we had a guest, Manon Matthews, on who has like double certified in NLP. And for a second, I was like, ooh, what is that about? And then I read more about it and I was like, I don't think this is something I'm interested in.
Yeah, I was going to say she was like very thin, but that was literally every woman in that documentary.
Yeah.
Because that was part of it, was like calorie restriction.
Oh. They called her, okay, so Vanguard and
Vanguard.
Prefect.
Yeah, she was prefect.
Was
Yes.
it Nancy Salzman?
Nancy.
Yes.
Nancy.
Thank
Yes.
you. So
Having
Tony-
fun now, Tony? Are things excited up a bit for you?
I got to
I
do a
love a
Google,
Google.
search. Look at me.
Tony,
Yes.
before we were provided with our own Foot News theme, what were you going to play?
Well, I had a toss-up between two things that I have never actually used before. Since
Ooh.
it was foot related, I was considering this.
You've got pussy feet.
Didn't you literally just say that
No,
in
he
real
played-
life?
He
I
played
did
it.
play it at one
Oh,
point.
okay.
And then I had forgotten that I had made this at one point too.
Let's stop the podcast and go get some cocaine.
So it was a
I'm
toss-up
so
between
excited that I'm a snippet. What do you call it?
A drop.
A drop. I'm a snippet
right.
drop.
So we have a lot to get to
Okay.
on this show.
Focus up, everyone.
We have 2 snack chat items. But
Hell yeah.
first, I would like to say, and it's interesting, Wendy, that you were talking about turning animals inside out.
Hell yeah, it was.
Is that our next sponsor?
It was so interesting.
Hell yeah.
Because I had a deep thought. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know this story, but when we went to Bumbershoot, Daniel we went to Bumbershoot. There was like a very small gifting suite that I was able to go into, and I was on I was very strictly no carb at the time, but there were cookies, and I grabbed a bunch and I'm like, oh, Daniel will enjoy these. Then he was really hungry, and he ate one, and then he said it tasted weird, like it had lavender in it or something. And then I later looked in the trash. We brought Wendy the dog with us on that trip too.
we
And remember, she got filthy on the streets of Seattle, and then we gave her a bath in the bathtub, and
Oh, yeah.
then I looked in the trash can, and I said that wasn't lavender, it was THC. It
was pot.
Yeah. And then you said he accidentally ate a pot cookie. And then you're like, oh, no wonder I'm super stoned. And that began like 16 hours of the most stoned Daniel I've ever seen.
Just getting more stoned.
Lying on the floor, taking artful pictures of Wendy the dog, which like there's one where she's sitting in a chair at the table and there's an orchid in front of her and like the it's focused on the orchid. It was you can feel high looking at it. He was still high the next day, but we all went to dinner that night. And he didn't talk for the entire dinner. And then near the end asked, why do animals have butts?
Well, because I think I was thinking about fish not having butts. I'm like, although that's fun to think of fish having butts. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
Who knows? Look, it wasn't an advertisement for pot usage.
But so I was wondering the other day, and this is similar even though I'm not high, I was wondering, can animals be cruel? Like, is cruelty just a thing?
Cats and mice, birds. I mean, they torment them.
But is it intentional? Like, do they
Right.
enjoy being mean, or is it part of their eating ritual?
Yeah.
Like, do they know they're being mean? Do they know it's mean?
Yeah.
I didn't think about the cats and mice, though, because that is...
Or like spiders getting something in their web.
Oh, right.
It is just to eat it, but do they enjoy the part where the thing is slowly dying?
Yeah.
Or do they enjoy it because it's tied to the anticipation
I think
of
if they were
food?
being honest with themselves,
Yeah.
they would admit
We
that they
had
enjoy it a little bit.
a spider web for quite a while in this one corner, and one time I was at a desk and I heard something hit it, Bzzz, and then the spider, it was like pretty substantial. It vibrated. Then the spider came down, checked it out, back up into its corner, as if it was like, oh, I'm gonna let you hang out a bit. You just enjoy that. I'll be over here waiting as you die.
What?
So
Well, yeah,
maybe.
don't they? But don't. Look, I've seen Charlotte's Web, so I know. Don't they wait till the thing dies in the web and then they spin it?
Seems like that's what this one was doing. Like, oop, you're not cooked yet. I'll be over here. You're just. But
Also,
there's
you
something-
could have not been hungry. Like,
That's
if you
true,
get a
yeah.
croissant when you're out because you pass by your favorite bakery, but you get home, you're not hungry. You can wrap it up, put it
I
on
haven't
your counter.
been waiting all day for a croissant. to
What? You don't?
Not every day.
do.
I mean, most days.
Like when you're going to like your doctor's and you're like, oh, you know what's on the way home, and then you buy the thing, but you don't want it till the next day.
Yeah.
It's like that. You're full. You don't, but you're anticipating
more
the
like
fly
I
in your web.
Desperately need this to happen. I need this croissant. It's my whole. I built this whole cafe hoping
Trap a croissant?
just this one croissant would show up.
Yeah.
Like fly in there, and then it happens. I wouldn't put it in a bag and drive home and be like, maybe tomorrow. I don't think it's quite the same.
Maybe not.
But I'm a different spider.
Yeah, you are. We're two different.
That's what we always
spiders.
say about you. David, he's a different spider.
He's a different kind of spider. If you know what I mean.
So I Googled it, and on the Google where you went to see about your toe.
Yeah, and how Tony gets.
Yeah,
he would have been
that's right.
thrilled.
Tony just
It's the
perked
only
up.
thing he enjoys. Doing a fucking Google search.
Tony, are you a foot fetishist who's also into wounds?
No.
I guess
That's
if you
a
were, you'd be
listener out
really
there.
excited.
We'll find out who that
I know. I
listener
just was like,
is.
what if it's someone in this room?
They'll message you.
We're in. Wait, is it? Are we in their house doing this show inside their wall again?
I mean, not this week, but as soon as we find out who they are, boy, do I have a surprise for them.
I hope they're in Tasmania.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. We could go cool off.
Cool off, yeah. Okay, so I went to the Google, and what came up when I searched animal. Well, actually, a lot of stuff I didn't want came up when it saw the words animal and cruelty in the search. There's a lot of stuff about how to report people for animals. It's like, this is not what I'm asking. I'm asking, are animals cruel? And what it mentioned was surplus killing, which is when animals will kill more than they're planning to eat right then. But then it just like, why do animals do? And there's all sorts of examples of animals that do this. But the reason they do it is like to bring food back for their young, or to bury the food for later, or if there's food scarcity. So to Wendy's point earlier, I don't think that's cruelty. That's like they're gathering food. It's not the same as causing. I don't know actually what the definition of cruelty is, but I think it's like causing someone. To me, it is causing someone pain just for the sake of because you enjoy it.
Don't dolphins hunt for sport? Aren't
Oh,
they?
do
Like
they?
I think I've
Yeah,
heard
I
that. Like
think
they're the
so.
I think
only
orcas,
animal that
maybe.
does that. I think.
And dolphins really get a free ride because we think of them as like cute and chipper and flipper.
They're super smart.
Yeah, they're
Right.
smart.
Well, there might be a correlation between
Who are they hunting?
Good question. Tony, consult your friend Google.
Oh yeah, here you go, Tony. Here's a little something for you.
Ooh.
I bet
Guys,
they're
talk amongst
I
yourselves.
think they might be hunting seals.
Oh,
Do they have like little dolphin bows and arrows and stuff?
I don't think so.
Like,
How could they operate that with their fins?
I'm asking you. I'm not the dolphin expert.
Imagine like cross-examining a great white shark, trying to convince a jury that it was cruel. And the shark be like, I have to do that. I have to launch the seal up out of the water, shake the shit out of it, smash it into the surface. That's the only way I can kill it, and I have to eat it. And then you that's a convenient excuse. You love to drive up out of the water 30 miles an hour. It's overkill. You're cruel.
Yeah.
And the shark would be like, no, I'm not cruel. That's how I have to do it.
Yeah. Then,
Killer is in my name.
then why do you have handguns? If that's what you have to do.
I love that you're a lawyer straight out of Inherit the Wind.
Oh, of course.
Only
Those
the best.
classic. Yeah, you got spats on your shoes. Dare I say, an area shark I have not convicted.
Wow, only the best for this shark. Oh, wait, no, this is the prosecutor. Only the
Yeah.
best for this town.
Of course, keeping it shark free.
I like that the shark would just be sitting there and would live for only about 5 minutes during the trial because they can't live on land.
Don't you
Maybe-
pass out on me now.
Shark,
Maybe he's in a big tank.
sharks know not to pass through that town in Alabama.
Yeah.
All right. Tony
do we
Googles.
have?
It says they have been found to bludgeon porpoises to death by the hundreds.
Wait, dolphins bludgeon
Bludgeon them?
porpoises?
It says bludgeon porpoises to death by the hundreds. And
What are
it says
porpoises?
They're like dolphins.
they're basically dolphins.
Maybe that's why.
close.
They're like, people are constantly thinking you're us, so we gotta.
Yeah.
Well, don't they say sometimes you really dislike people who are similar to you? It's the narcissism of small differences.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
how I
Those
feel
people
whenever I
bother
go to a
you?
concert. Like if I go to a concert and it's always a band I like, which means that people just like me like it, and so I see a bunch of people just like me.
Yeah.
I hate every one of them.
This is like the Parent Trap. Like how, what's her name and what's her name? Susan and Sharon
Yeah,
hated,
they hated
each other at the beginning.
first.
Yeah.
And then
The
fireworks and they fell in love.
Right. Yes.
Is that the right movie?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sometimes if I were going to a concert that was a band that was like real indie, like cool kids only, I would wear my hat backwards. Just as like a fuck you to the crowd. Like, it's too hip in here. I want to look like just such a dumb jock. And it feels okay. Just
Yeah.
to, like,
That is
give
so
it a from
subtle.
behind. Yeah, just a subtle, like, people are looking over like, what is this guy doing? And I've got like zinc on my nose.
I was going to add, it says that literally this article says dolphins seem to have murderous urges unrelated to the need for food. It also says that they sometimes beat up octopuses by viciously and relentlessly tossing them around in order to break them into smaller pieces before
God.
consuming them.
Oh, eagles. This would be another shark, them having to defend themselves, will swoop into your yard, grab your small dog, fly it up in the air. You're traumatized until step 2, where the way they kill it is by dropping it. And then it just falls and plummets to its death. And then the eagle's like, yoink, comes and gets it. That's, in its mind, I think, like, well, I have to do this. What am I
Practical.
going to do? Like, crush it in my claws?
You should call the eagle as an expert witness.
Don't hide behind your symbolism as a symbol of freedom in this country. We know you're evil. Evil eagle.
So I guess sort of cruelty does exist in the animal unit, especially among dolphins. I thought better of them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't categorize that as, well, the eagle thing. I wouldn't say that's cruel, right?
You think it's
only,
cool, Daniel? You like dropping puppies, motherfucker?
I think it's only cruelty if it's not necessary. That's how I would
Right.
factor that. So it's
Well,
like,
couldn't they just eat some eagle chow? Come on.
Oh, have you ever seen the one where the hawk catches the iguana and it just holds it in its claw on the surface of a rock
Oh
until
my
it
God.
overheats to death? And so the hawk just has to sit there and look around like, I got about 5 more minutes here, gang. And then the iguana's just, this is the worst.
But
and then it
it all-
slowly cooks to death.
But that's contingent upon the hawk understanding that the iguana feels pain. Like to
That-
it, iguana is a graham cracker.
yeah.
And it's like holding a graham cracker in a thing of jam or something for us. And then we're like, yum, 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 yum. I don't eat graham crackers with jam, for the record.
It sounds like you do, though, because...
But what if you found out tomorrow graham crackers had feelings? Then that would be cruel. But I mean, the hawk perhaps doesn't understand that iguanas have feelings like they do.
Yes, although they seem to understand that they can cook one on a rock, which that's beyond what I expected from a hawk.
Like the first time, did a shark just go up to the surface and like nibble at a seal? And the seal was like, "Hey, cut it out!" and swam away. And it's like, next time I'm going fast. And then the hawk caught an iguana and maybe it bit it. And the hawk was like, "Damn it! I should have cooked that asshole." And then now they just cook them on the rock because they had to learn to be cruel.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's a flawed question because they don't have the analysis required to discern what cruelty is.
I don't think the hawk holding the iguana to the rock is cruel. The cruelty is when he whispers in his ear, "I'm going to marry your wife." That's the part that's
very
not
cruel.
necessary.
Yeah,
that's
it's
so
not
cruel.
necessary.
So, I think we should try. We have kombucha and we have haystacks. And the haystacks came with a stern warning. That's not fair. It's not a stern warning. It was a request.
Yeah, it's a request so that we could play a game also about the haystacks.
Right. So I have been not Googling what's in haystacks
Thank you.
for a month now.
Everyone will need a piece of paper and a pen.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Okay, thankfully
sorry.
it's okay. We have paper and pen.
Great.
Should we do kombucha first or haystacks? Or at the same time? I mean, how do you guys want to do
maybe
it?
kombucha first.
Kombucha first.
Okay. Tony, do you have a... Okay, let me pass some paper
I
around.
don't need a pen because I already
We're doing
know.
kombucha first?
My answers would be correct.
We're doing kombucha first, but we're passing the paper around.
Okay.
Or is the kombucha gonna leave a taste that makes it hard to discern
which
what's
has
in the
which has
haystacks?
a stronger taste that will
I feel like
I think the taste of kombucha, because it is something that everyone's a little leery of, is better to start with.
Okay.
And that way you're going in with
Yeah, this is a cookie.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to be excited.
Everyone's excited. And if you dislike the kombucha, you got a cookie coming at you.
My kids liked the haystacks. They had some. They gave it a thumbs up.
I have 3 flavors.
Ooh, get on that mic
Oh,
here.
sorry. I have 3 flavors. And the first, this is a classic in our house, peach, raspberry, mint.
Ooh, that sounds good. Let's
And then
hear...
Let's listen.
Oh.
Guys, it's going to be pretty good because it's fermented
Okay.
well.
Do you shake it first or no?
Nope.
You don't shake it.
You don't shake it. You just go
Okay.
right in. And we'll
All
just
right.
do like a little bit like that to
Okay,
start.
I'm going to pass to
everybody.
Daniel.
Okay.
All right. Wow, it looks nice.
It looks
Photograph
elegant
it,
as
you can-
hell. You
Oh,
should take
it's-
a picture for your...
I know. Which part should
Well,
take a picture
this
of? We know David hates this.
It needs to be... So the bottle is specific in that like it has to have this type of top to ferment. So it's a swing top. I think
I
the
love
rubber
those
even
old
factors
tops.
in.
They're from like our childhood.
Yeah.
Really getting a blast of
Yeah.
vinegar.
Does it have to have that cool label on it too?
No, this is just so I knew for sure which flavors these are. Sometimes they're just like initials on the bottle, and then I get confused.
Oh, that is a strong smell.
Snapchat.
So again, I brought this just as a sample, not in any way to influence anyone. If you don't like it, you simply don't like kombucha. But I think Tony will
Oh, interesting.
Oh my
verify
God, it is
that
a real
if you do like kombucha, you will like this.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'm
not
a
this
bit of a
flavor,
booch
but
head.
this.
I'm gonna take a selfie of me trying kombucha.
Okay.
for the
Ooh, a little bit of the
first
SCOBY went into mine. So then, if
Oh,
you're,
so
like,
you got
kinda
some of-
grossed out. I got some of like the
The
sediment.
mother.
Let me
Yeah.
see.
See, like in there, it looks. Just
Allison is grossed out already.
I'm
He's
already grossed
had
out.
kombucha.
I have tasted it, yeah, and I didn't.
like, and then a word on the science of it too. That it is a bit of a modern sort of fad thing that like having probiotics is going to somehow improve your gut health.
Okay.
So that's not entirely true. What we're working on, and I've included myself in this group. I wrote an article years ago for Cracked magazine about how like fecal transplants, as disgusting as that is going to become a thing in the future, in that you could change your microbiome.
Is that what
And
this
then-
is?
No. But this will be what we're doing here is just adding probiotics to our gut that has no bear. We don't know what we're adding, and we don't know what cultures we already have in our system. So, like in the last year and a half, they've made huge advancements where like they took 200,000 cultures, and then within that there were like 10 or 20% that had never been cataloged before. So we're learning like how human beings
Right. They're mapping the microbiome.
mapping it just like we did the genome. There's a thing that in the developed world babies don't process anymore because we have like kind of stripped it away, whereas in the developing world they still get that. It's bifidobacterium or something to that effect. So we're going to learn when you have certain fibers and things in your diet how to have you at your healthiest, your peak like immunity, health, etc. So
Okay.
this does nothing. This is just like kimchi.
This is not that.
This is not that. This is something that people tell you, like, you
What's
got to
in
have
it?
probiotics. There's just great bacterial cultures in here that are good, especially if like me getting out of the hospital and if you've been on antibiotics and your cultures are sort of stripped down.
Sorry, I'm trying to
this
get a
will help
picture
build
of
them
that
back up.
chunk that's in your cup.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
get
don't
that.
don't put me in.
Let me get a picture, a Wendy-less picture of David's drink chunk.
The smell of this, I've got to say, is like sweet toe junk.
Yeah. Yeah.
got a real foot scent.
It's like a funk. It's like if you like olives, you like blue cheese, like things like
I
that.
can't decide if I like it or if it makes me feel ill.
Okay.
It's right on
whenever
the
you're ready,
line.
go for
Wait,
it.
I have a question. I have
Sure.
some questions first.
Yeah.
Do you have a personal relationship with this kombucha? Like, is it going to
Yeah.
hurt your feet? Well,
No, what I mean, so she
gonna hurt
told
your
me to pass
feelings.
along that she derives all of her self-worth on this kombucha. So no, I'm just kidding. If you don't like it, you just don't like kombucha. And be honest. If you're like, this is disgusting, that's your thing.
Okay.
I just thought I'd bring some along in the
No.
event that you happen
I'm
to
excited
enjoy
to
it.
try it.
I have
You're
one more
welcome
question.
to like it.
I am terrified, by the way.
What would you say is the relationship between the flavor and the scent?
I didn't
Because
like
based
it at
on the
first.
scent alone, it's not good.
I didn't like it at first, and I didn't want to try it. I thought it was a little new agey and kind of, oh, geez, these people, kombucha. And then in the hospital, they're like, you need to load up on this type of shit. And so I don't know if you've been on antibiotics for like a month straight. It's not great for your
Never.
skin, loses all its
Right.
pallor. It's awful. And so building back up took quite a while. And I still, if I'm honest, don't feel like, maybe it's just aging, but I don't feel like I have the same cultures as I did before, which is I get stomach aches way more frequently. They're getting better as I get further away from it. But I do think this helps. Like I can notice if I've gone a while without having kombucha, I'm like, oh, I don't feel so good. Whatever that is, I don't know. But I have a vested interest in like, I do think it's good for your just overall
So this
Culture
thing
health?
that we're now going to give our honest opinion about has nursed you back to life.
Yeah, I really am like a proponent of it in that sense. If you already are healthy, then
Daniel
this
ate a
isn't gonna
bag
do
of
much.
corn. He's been in pain for 2 days.
I'm never
Did you
doing that
just
again.
taste it already?
No, I smell
Oh,
it. I'm-
well, but I do have a question. What are the
Sure.
ingredients?
Oh, so this is fermented.
Flip flops.
Did I say black tea last time? I got it wrong last time. Tea. The SCOBY is a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. That's what it stands for. And then the
cool.
flavoring is just up to you. So if you're making kombucha, it's just a way to get it to taste a little bit less like generic tea. So it's something to take kind of the...
So do you put peach juice and mint in it?
Yeah, it's real like farmer's market peaches.
And then
raspberry,
you
mint.
press it through something so it's not chunky.
It ferments in a jar for like a couple weeks with those flavors,
Oh,
and then
okay.
that is all strained through into this bottle, and then it ferments another week or so.
So
in
that's
that
the undertone of
Funk.
funk.
funk. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's kind of like wine where there'd be like, oh, there's Forest 4, there's Garden Hose, there's these things. Like some kombuchas you might like, and others you won't. If you don't like this one, I have 2 other flavors, and if you don't like any of them, you're like, it's disgusting, I hate it. No hard feelings.
What are the other flavors?
Oh, let me check.
You're already done with this one.
I just want to know.
The other one, strawberry basil.
Okay.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
It's just like wine, or if there's anything you got into in life where you're like, oh, I didn't like it at first. Lemon, lavender, thyme.
Oh, those sound interesting. I hope that I can tolerate
and
this
is
because
a
those
new
sound
one.
good.
Lemon, lavender, thyme is a new one, and when she'll like try flavors and they go, what do you think? And usually, oh, it's good, but that lemon, lavender, thyme one was when we were both like, oh, this is a new hit.
So are we all taking selfies of ourselves tasting?
I'm not
Is that-
I'm
taking
going to
selfie.
take a little video of myself.
Are you taking
I
a
kind
selfie
of-
if you
Because
taste
I
it?
want to be honest with myself.
I know. I kind of want to. Let's just do it. Okay. Someone's
we
count to
doing
3.
it?
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on. I'll
Are you doing you or
I'll
me?
do you.
Okay. Okay. 1,
1, 2.
2, 3. Oh,
It tastes a lot better than it smells.
so much better. Mm-hmm. The smell really sets your expectations. And
Then
then
it's going to be really strong. I think
and
it's got,
footy.
is there a vinegar in
Yeah.
it? There's
Yeah.
vinegar in it?
Vinegar is a part of just like the cleaning process, like making sure the bottles are sterilized, and then I think the natural fermentation.
This tastes
produces
nothing like what
what?
I expected.
Yeah.
No, it
Yeah.
tastes really pleasant.
It's almost like just a
it's,
sparkling juice.
right. Yeah,
It's like a little sweet for me for generally things that I drink, but it's not bad. Not
Tony,
a lot of action on that selfie
you're
video.
a booch head.
Yeah, you're a
What do you
booch head.
think?
I think it's good. I'm on board. I enjoy it.
It's also probably because there's a lot in this little room that we're all smelling it really strongly, too.
Maybe
Yeah.
It's in the air.
maybe being forced to smell it for so long before tasting it actually made the taste better.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very pleasant.
I'm gonna cork this, and then after, if anyone would like more, feel free. But we can feel free.
I
to
finished
finish
mine
this.
already.
Oh my God. Do you want mine?
Nope.
Okay.
Is there alcohol in kombucha?
The smallest
The
amount.
smallest amount, right? It's like
So
tiny. Like
if
microscopic.
someone so there was a football player years ago who was on like the list of he'd had some infractions with driving under the influence, and then he at his home, one of the stipulations like he had to be randomly tested, and he had alcohol in his blood, and he was like, oh, it's kombucha. And if you know kombucha, you're like, that's bullshit, because it's just this. You'd have to drink so much of it for it to register. It's
Right.
just the smallest. If you let it, there is kombucha beer, but I think that is fermented for a long time.
Yeah.
Listen, you guys, speaking of things you drink, if you enjoy trying a nice glass of wine and you also love trying new varieties that your local stores don't carry, you are going to love Vivino. Vivino is the world's biggest online wine marketplace. They're also the largest online wine community with 50 million users. 50 million. That is so many who have rated and reviewed just about every wine. They carry all your favorites. Plus, they suggest exciting, personalized recommendations based on your taste. Wines that you probably never even knew existed. And thanks to Vivino, you will know more about what you like. Their app is everything you need to know about wine and so much more right in your hand. You can see all the ratings and reviews, and you can leave your own. And of course, you can buy wine. And something that I think is really cool is that you, with the Vivino app, when you're out shopping, you can scan a bottle in the store, and then you can see what Vivino's users, again, there are 50 million users, say about that wine. And we ordered some, and the ordering process is super simple, and the wine selection is amazing. Go check them out and see for yourself. We've really stepped up our wine game thanks to Vivino. Give them a try, and I know you're going to love it. Go to vivino.com/bestfriend and use code bestfriend at checkout to save 20% on your first order of up to $200. That's Vivino, VIVINO.com/bestfriend. Code bestfriend to save 20% on your first order of up to $200. Vivino.com/bestfriend. Code bestfriend. See site for details. Terms apply. I also want to tell you guys about Faraday. They make really great clothing, especially really good summer stuff. Like if you're going to go on vacation, you'd be a real idiot not to buy a bunch of Faraday items before you go. But even not just for vacation stuff. I mean, there's just really great high quality summery clothing. Can it be summer already? It really is. It's really hot. And we're actually going to have a real summer this year. So naturally, we've started thinking about looking good after a year and change because we are going places, and that's where Faraday comes in. They make the perfect clothes for summer. Faraday is a family-run brand making high-quality, timeless clothing with modern design and functionality. You know when you're searching for that ideal summer outfit, that set, that shirt, that dress that feels like you've had them for years. Maybe it's in a gorgeous print and it fits so perfectly that it feels almost too good to be vintage, but still looks like it might be. That's a Faraday item. They're so confident in the quality of their stuff, they have a lifetime guarantee of quality. They'll replace or fix your clothes forever, no matter what. You can just tell. You can just tell from feeling it that it's super high quality. And to top it all off, Faraday is giving Allison Rose's New Best Friend listeners 20% off. 20% off. Okay, so they sent me a box of really nice clothes, and there was a note in there from Mike Faraday, who I think is the owner, saying that he and they're so excited to be like coming on the show, and that he and his wife listen to my show every week. Now that is so nice. Tony, you're a
Yes.
realist. Do we think do we believe him? Does the owner and his wife, do they listen to my show every week, or does he say that to all the podcasts? I feel like there should be a way, like a test.
Well, I think you're doing it right now. This seems like the test.
Yeah, Mike. I'm calling your bluff.
Whoa, bold.
But in a nice, gentle way. So stock up on all your clothes for summer now. Head to FarityBrand.com and use code BESTFRIEND at checkout to snag 20% off all your summer gear. That's code BESTFRIEND at Farity, FAHERTY brand.com for 20% off. Again, Farity, FAHERTY brand.com for 20% off. Okay, you guys, are we going for a different flavor of the Booch, or are we moving on to Haystacks? I must say, I'm confused.
Sure.
That was weird. I am intrigued
Yeah.
by the other flavors.
I'd like to try the others.
Sure. Yeah, okay.
Not necessarily now. It depends, but I feel better.
Do you?
Well, can I read
You're
you?
already-
Can I read you an excerpt about the progress of understanding the microbiomes in our system?
Yes, please.
Microbes, sorry. And this goes back to our conversation last time about health, body image. My best friend in life has dealt with his weight his entire life. And I saw your tweet about your toe, which is heartbreaking about the doctor. And I feel like if doctors looked at it more this way, we'd be making huge steps as opposed. So this is how I feel like the future is going to unfold with our ability to understand foods in our gut culture. So Spector's 30-year-long study of 15,000 twins, Twins UK, and his Predict, all uppercase, so if you look up Predict studies, have shown that even genetically identical people
That's what they call Nancy Salzman.
respond to the same foods very differently. Our microbiomes are so variable that twins share only 30% of the same gut microbes. By feeding participants the same meals on different days, he was able to show that responses to the same meals also vary hugely between individuals, influenced by both microbiome and genetics. This matters, says the Zoe team, because our response to food is linked to our risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and obesity, but also because it blows apart the tired and useless mantra, calories in, calories out, which doesn't make sense in a world where two people's blood glucose levels can be hugely different after eating the same slice of cake. So we're going to eventually, hopefully, find the
So you
microbes
need-
that.
So if we find a healthy person, ask for their poop and then stick it in your butt.
Well, there's
do that.
there's-
I think
They do
you
fecal transplants.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
put other people's feces in other
I
people's
thought you
bodies.
swallow it in a capsule or something.
Yeah, I think that's what you do.
Yeah.
one method,
That's
or they
too
go
much
in
information.
through the nose.
Oh, really?
And
I don't think I would
want to
swallow.
bypass
if
the
there was a
nasal
capsule
situation.
and they were like, "Look, this capsule is like triple barrier. You know, there's no way any of the poop is going to get out of the capsule in your mouth. There's no fucking way I would take that capsule." I would rather have
rather they stick it
surgery,
up your
open
butt?
heart surgery for no reason. Like they open
You
your
sound
heart
like an
and then
anti-vaxxer,
put it in.
though.
I
What?
am
this would
willing
be,
to
this
give you
would
that
be
surgery.
science. But this would be science
Hey,
telling
free
you it was
surgery,
safe.
take it.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
saying you wouldn't do it
Great
would be the
deal.
equivalent of like, oh, just don't trust the vaccine. It would be that level of not trusting science.
If
So
it was a life or death situation, maybe the calculus would be different. But like right now, if someone were to say, "Hey, here's a poop capsule, take it," I'd be like, I think I'm all right.
Yeah. Well, like the same way we figured out the brain and blockers and different neurotransmitters, I think we'll do the
I'm
same
not-
thing with like depression and anxiety from the gut level.
No, let me be clear. I would do a poop transfer, just not that way.
Oh, gotcha.
What about like a handshake where I just slipped you a little? I had some in my hand already. We shake
Yeah.
hands. A little bit gets on your
Yeah,
hand.
like I'd snort it.
Really?
No, I'm kidding.
Use my snippet. Tony, stop the podcast and go get some cocaine. I'm so excited! I've never been a snippet before. This is my dream, an absolute dream.
I think
today.
we have other. Do we have other Wendy drops?
It's okay, even
Not
if it's
that
just
I'm aware
one.
of.
I'm thrilled.
Unless they're in the, there may be some in the Dropbox. I don't have
Yeah.
any ready to go.
Well, see if you can find one. While I ask Daniel the following question. Daniel, let's say you could take a poop capsule or snort it or whatever, and that could have allowed you to avoid all the pain you've been in post corn. Would you do it?
I would say I've only had like a couple days of discomfort, so it would be hard. But if someone said to me, like for real, if somebody said, "Look, take this capsule and you'll be much healthier for the rest of your life, I would I would not do that. No, I would consider it, but you'd have to like gussy it up, maybe put it in some peanut butter. You know what I mean? Like, or a hot dog. Like, I don't know. That's a tough call.
I mean, they must cleanse the poop, right? It's not just straight from the toilet bowl.
It must be the stuff from the poop. Like they're not just giving you like a bunch of poop wrapped in saran wrap.
And they've got like fudgy hands when they hand it to you. They're like, we just put this in the thing.
Didn't your old roommate Tig Notaro? I feel like this was in her show. Didn't she have C. diff and then have to get?
She had C. diff. She did not have a fecal transplant, and that I think led to her. I don't know how much of this she's spoken about publicly, but like she is vegan. I think she's very public about that, and that was a big part of it. In that it was either a fecal transplant or really, really change her lifestyle, and so she went that route with like raw vegan diet and that. And we were always like, get the poop,
just do the poop.
So should we just lean into it and get people used to the idea, or should we change the name of it? Because fecal transplant is just like going to be a hard sell.
Yeah. I mean, I think if celebrities in the future, and they absolutely will be selling their cultures, it'll be like, get so-and-so's microbiome.
Ooh,
I'm in a good
Patreon
mood
level.
all the time. I'm this.
Like over the counter. Just
absolutely.
buy it.
It'd be like
Who
hard
would you
for...
got? I get Pierce Brosnan.
Oh, that's
That was right off the top of your head, Pierce
Yeah.
Brosnan?
Easy.
Why?
He's just the right level of famous, respected by his peers, long happy marriage after tragically losing his first wife, been in a lot of classics, just a great all-around guy, you know?
Yeah, I
Wouldn't mind having that poop, is what I would say whenever I see him.
Tom Cruise poop.
No, too intense.
Way too intense.
Yeah.
It was
What if you
wired
just-
way too high.
That's like what you get at AM/PM. That's what they have at AM/PM is a Tom Cruise.
Supercharged! Get Tom Cruise poop! Stay up all night!
poop, diarrhea, farts, butts.
Someone is composing a 1-star review right now as we speak.
It's that same guy who
Because
hates
it's always
this.
about the poop
Yeah.
talk. They don't like it.
What about Tatiana Maslany?
Very energetic.
I don't-
I don't know if I'm familiar with.
She's
The clone show.
What was it?
The clone. The one where she was a clone. What was it called?
I don't know. I only saw her in
Why would she pop into your head for this?
Perry Mason. Because I was trying to think of someone who's not. I don't know. I was trying to think of like.
You feel like she's someone who might sell her poop?
No, I just think she's, like Wendy said, the right level of famous. Like,
But
you don't
I just
necessarily
thought
want
of
an
it.
A-lister's poop.
Oh.
Anyone you think is cool because of their like interview style, like that you would see on a snippet on like a late night set or something, I don't trust. I think even psychopaths know how to look charming and say the right things. So you can't really trust who you've seen, but I would say Jane Goodall. I'd say like mellow, long career,
Right.
seemingly
Right.
healthy, smart.
Right.
Well, like who's a celebrity that is just considered like that person's really healthy? Just
Me.
John Legend. I don't know. I don't know.
well, it's not. It's not a test.
Who is in Terminator?
Who's the healthiest celebrity? Shit.
Who? Linda, who got her arms in shape
Hamilton?
for Terminator? Yes, Linda Hamilton.
Yeah.
Right.
Suzanne Summers.
But you never know. Someone could have underlying conditions we don't know
Right.
anything about. They could be a
Right.
hardcore alcoholic. We don't know. You
Or
can't
have
tell always
diabetes.
by looking at someone.
Yeah.
You cannot always tell.
This is true.
Well, we'll figure it out.
I have some patrons to say hello and welcome to the show to, and then I think we need to do the game.
Yeah. Did we do the snack chat theme?
No, we just did a quick snack chat, not the
Okay.
whole theme.
You want patrons or snack chat? What's going on?
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
on
going to
pa-
set strawberry basil up next.
I want
for-
patrons.
Okay.
Allison wants to say thank you to a couple of special people out there who signed up to be new patrons. Patreon.com/Allison Rosen.
All right. I would like to say hello and welcome to new patrons, Kelly L. Zepp, Carly Estes, and then these new patrons signed up for an annual subscription, Patrick Curtis, Kimberly Jones, and Shelldog. And then Ulysses Atkins increased his pledge. And I would like to remind you, if you want a deal, sign up for an annual subscription because you get 2 months free, 12 months for the price of 10. Now, Daniel and I are I'm trying to come up with a name for the Patreon bonus episodes that I do with Daniel, since that's the most frequent Patreon bonus format. Although I have done a lot of bonuses with other people that you know and love. And I was casting about for a name. 3 separate people suggested Best Friends with Benefits, which I was like, oh my God, that's so good. But what, Daniel?
I'm just with you. I'm like, yeah, go. You go, girl.
You're like a stage mom. You're like nodding and shaking your head.
Well, I have thoughts. Go,
okay.
though.
But then just today, someone suggested the friend zone.
I was literally just going to say that.
So
sure you were.
Here's what I think.
And I'm like, oh my God, I really like that too.
I think the friend zone is what the patron episodes should be. And friends with benefits is what you call your patrons.
Oh my God, that's so good. Because I've been looking for a name for them.
They're your friends with benefits.
They literally are my friends with benefits. That's really good. And then the friend zone, because like the Sloppy Boys have the Sloppy Boys Blowout, and the Doughboys have the Doughboys Double, and then Allison Rose's Your New Best Friend has the friend zone. That's really good. Thanks, everyone, for all of your recommendations. Okay. Do you guys have a song in you?
Oh, for your new patrons?
Yeah.
Do we have their names?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's hard to tell if the muse will strike. I hope the last patrons had a beautiful Bastille Day. I thought of them all day, just having their one last day out of prison before they were recaptured.
Bastille Day, yeah.
And then they went in probably at midnight and turned themselves in. So I hope they had a great
I do too.
day. Okay, so telling them.
Patrick Curtis, Kimberly Jones, Shallow, Ulysses Adkins. Oh, Increased Pledge. I thought that was a name. And then, is this a person?
No. I don't know what that is.
Up here?
It's just up there, yeah.
It was nice of you to be named after Led Zeppelin, Kelly Elzep.
And Carly Estes is also named after a very famous band. The Carlys, who all are not that famous because they were tragically killed in a boating accident when they were very young. They were a child band who went out on a boat without their parents because they were very, very willful children. And then there was a storm and they fell in the water with their instruments and they tried to save the instruments and they all died. But happy birthday. Happy birthday, Carly. Named after that band. I know it's not your birthday. Also. But let's just go with it.
I thought we agreed we wouldn't bring up the Carlys. That's just a band story that makes us too sad. But another sad story is Ian Curtis from Joy Division. Patrick Curtis Radio. Patrick Curtis Patreon, you know. Yeah.
And then the last 3 names are Kimberly Jones, Shelldog, and Ulysses Adkins, who increased his pledge. And unfortunately, they're named after another tragic trio, Kimberly, Shelldog, and Ulysses, who were a barbershop quartet, but only 3 of them. So it was a barbershop trio, and they sang for the Queen. But unfortunately, on the same night, when a very bad policeman planned to kill the Queen, and he had 3 bullets because he was gonna shoot the Queen 3 times. But this heroic barbershop trio stepped right in the path of the gun, and he shot all 3 of them. They fell to the ground with a thud. And the Queen was so grateful that she knighted them right there and then on their dead bodies. And that's why we've never heard of them, because they never performed again. Gorgeous.
You got it.
Oh my God.
Really
How do you, week in, week out, how do you churn out these hits?
I mean, it's a really good, very focused song that we did.
How do you have time to write those songs with all that you have on your plate?
We get together Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays to write them. Pretty much all day sessions. Like how you see those Taylor Swift documentaries where like her and Jack Antonoff go out to the mountain for like 4 months.
Yeah.
That's us every week with these songs.
Yeah. We miss so many different things that, recitals and dances and
We miss so many dances.
feeding pets. We've lost the number of pets just not feeding them.
Oh my
Yeah.
God,
But
the collateral
songs,
damage.
Yeah, the songs are.
But
would
it's
say
weird that all
worth
of those
it.
people were named after famous,
It really
semi-famous
is.
bands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is YouTube footage too of the Queen coming out after the trio drops and knighting them, and
Their
a lot of people
their
thought
dead
it was,
bodies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they didn't. They thought it was slightly distasteful that she's like touching these corpses with a sword.
Well, because she slipped too and stabbed Ulysses
Yeah.
right through the fucking heart, even though he was already
Yikes.
dead. Although some people say, like right before she does it, you can see a twitch, like maybe he was still
Oh,
alive.
no.
Then she goes to knight him,
Oh, God.
drives the sword through his heart.
She was going to fake her death. That's one theory. That's a fringe theory.
Right,
That
so like she was actually mad that they got in the way.
Right.
Yeah, there's
They
a lot
foiled
of
her
look it
plot.
up online. Kimberly, Shell Dog, and Ulysses barbershop trio, and the incident
Massacre.
with the Queen. It was in 1969.
I will look that up.
It-
Could you
it-
pass that back
When
to me?
you
Thank you.
When you Google that, though, you're going to find a lot of other things. So you've got to go down
gotta be
far.
right,
as
because
well.
there's so
Tony
many.
knows.
Yeah.
He's Googling
Oh,
all
yeah.
the time. Mm-hmm. It's the only way you can.
And if
pass
someone's
the
going to
time.
tell me their theory, don't send a YouTube link with it because I'm not going to watch it. I want to see it in a paper of record
yeah.
because otherwise it's a.
That's
going
going to
to
be hard. I mean, you're dealing in like Illuminati territory.
Yeah, I got to be careful. I don't want them to put cookies on my computer.
No.
Okay, so we're trying strawberry. What is it?
Basil.
Strawberry basil.
I think the third and final one.
Oh, get on that
the
mic.
third and final one will be the spiciest of the three. This one might be. If the previous one was a little sweet, this one might also.
Are those
be
custom
sweet.
labels?
Yes, they're made just for this.
Do we have
just for
more
this.
cups?
Should we
Yeah,
just
there was
keep
that
doing?
whole bag of cups that I brought.
Oh yeah. Okay. I will.
Because I have
Where
not
did that-
finished my first one.
And I should have. I'll do less for this one. Okay. It's just a taste.
How many do we need? 2? Do you need one?
Oh,
Maybe I'll
You
just
good with that
finish
one?
this
I'll
one.
just keep using this one.
okay.
When I'm done with this one after the podcast, then I can try the other
Okay.
flavors. It's just
you.
slow.
Yeah, I went a little heavier on the pours than a taste would require.
Yeah, just give me like a sip.
Yeah.
That's all right. It's a perfect pour for a booch head.
All right, that's good. Thank you.
Sure.
Okay. Are we 1, 2, 3 counting again? Or as Elliot would say, he goes 1, 2, 3, go.
I'm going to smell it.
Or
Okay.
ready, steady, go.
All right, go.
1, 2, 3.
Yummy.
Once
Wow.
again, it's tolerable.
More than tolerable.
That one smells
Rave
good.
review.
That one smells better than the first one.
I like them
this
both.
one's sweet.
Yeah, I like
But
that
it's
one
still
too.
got that funk.
Yeah.
I'm not minding the funk.
Good job, David and your lady.
Sure, I did very little.
Well, you had the life-threatening situation that inspired the
Yeah.
kombucha making.
What an absolute angel of a partner to like develop
Yeah.
skill just so we always have probiotics in our home.
Oh yeah. So does it kind of function the same as if you just take a probiotic pill?
Yeah. I think that's the idea. Is
We should all be looking at some healthy poops later today or tomorrow.
Should we all take pictures and post them online?
Yes. And then encapsulate it.
I mean, I like poop. I think poop works.
All right. Should we get to our haystack game?
Hell yeah.
Now, I want everyone to know, I think I'm pretty good at deducing what ingredients are in things.
Okay, so
I
we're
think I'm
guessing
gonna
all
win.
the ingredients.
But I'm going to tell you, there's only 3 ingredients, so there's a really good probability that you guys will guess them all
Okay.
correctly. But when I got home and Googled how to make them last time, I was like, oh, there was a surprising ingredient, one of the 3 ingredients.
Are these butterscotch haystacks or just haystacks?
They are butterscotch haystacks.
So inspired by the carbohydrate that was sent in for probably 8 months in a row by Becky Milner.
Yes.
And then other friends with benefits started chiming in with that as well. They kind of forced me into selecting it. Mm-hmm. I told that story last time.
and I was intrigued.
Yes, and so now,
Googled.
now
And
Wendy has
I'm
made
ready.
some.
I've made them so we can all see if we like them or not.
Let me take a picture.
Jelly beans, baby carrots, peanut chocolate, and Doritos, Snack Shack. Milky Way, Skittles, Reese's, cheesy crackers, butter sandwich, cake and pie, cookies, pudding, fruit,
Snack Shack.
ice cream, butter popcorn, chicken wing, very tasty is the thing.
Snack Shack.
Got it.
Okay.
Got the photo.
Okay.
I snapped the
They're
haystack.
kind of melty. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna keep
I
them
should have put them in the fridge when I got here. I think they would have tasted a lot better from the fridge. Sorry.
I feel like they're going to taste delicious. Daniel, can you bring those paper towels over?
Here, I'm going to trump them to you. Ready?
Don't do it.
All right. Maybe Tony can
Just
do
in
it.
case people need it. All right. Now, I have some guesses just from looking at it.
Okay.
Should I air them?
I don't know. It's up to you. Don't we want to play the game?
Yeah, let's do it.
Everyone take a bite and then write down your 3 ingredients.
Oh, that's right. I
And then
forgot
we'll
we're
see
writing.
who gets
3
it.
ingredients. Okay.
And the winner gets a special surprise from my purse.
Oh, my God.
I didn't bring anything. Let's see what's in there.
I can't wait to see.
They're very crunchy. Wow, the sounds are deafening.
How many ingredients?
3. So write down your 3. Don't share. I'm sorry. They probably were better cold. It's really hot
Yeah,
out.
they're good.
As we
Oh, they're really
covered.
good.
They're really good.
Doesn't matter if they're melty.
I'm going to start looking in my purse for the prize. I want to be able to award it right away.
I want that prize. I can taste it. Mm-hmm. No one look at my pad of paper.
If everyone gets it right, I'm on the hook for 4 prizes from my bag.
I won't get it right. I'm not good at this stuff.
Not with an attitude like that.
That's right.
This is a very small purse, too. I'm going to give away everything I have.
And what region do these hark from?
Ask the
These
haystack.
a Midwest kind of deal?
I don't know.
This haystack is bold. This haystack is light. This bold haystack is medium alcohol. This alcohol is from Central France. This is Old World. This is Bordeaux, 1947.
Ooh.
A great year for haystacks. Okay, I have
All right.
mine written down.
Everyone got their ingredients?
Sure.
All right. Let's start with Allison.
I must admit, I'm a little bit unsure of what the crunchy base is, but I wrote down chow mein noodles, peanut butter, excuse me, sugar. Those are my
right.
3. Chow
Okay.
mein noodles, peanut butter, sugar.
Okay.
Tone zone.
I said peanut butter, and then I could not think of what those noodles were called, but that's what I was going for. I literally wrote something noodles, and
Noodles.
then I just put butter because I feel like butter's in everything.
Okay.
I went with peanut butter as the butter, and then butterscotch. And then I couldn't think of those noodle things either, so I just wrote pretzel sticks.
Yeah, I wondered if they might be pretzels, but I don't think so based on the color.
So I've got raccoon knuckles.
A liar.
No, I put peanut butter, butterscotch, which I'm assuming there's like chips that you put in, I don't know, and then chow mein noodles.
I'm relieved to say we only have one winner, and that's Daniel.
Wait.
He got all 3 ingredients
Whoa!
correct. It is chow mein noodles,
up
peanut butter,
for
and butterscotch.
me, everybody.
And here comes your prize.
Daniel, if you share this prize with me.
It's $1.
Oh my God.
Oh my God! You won $1.
Did you get this from the Bank of
guy
America?
had-
Had only known.
I know. Now Daniel has $1 and no one else does.
Damn it.
Oh my god!
I just was surprised by the chow mein noodles. When
Me
I got
too.
home and
Yeah.
Googled, I was like, chow mein noodles? That's going to taste...
I didn't know it was so exotic.
I just wasn't expecting chow mein noodles.
I didn't. Yeah, it's more multicultural than you expect. I thought that it had coconut in it.
It has a nice
wrong.
crunch.
You melt the chips,
Yeah.
you fold in the peanut butter, you mix in the chow mein noodles. The whole process takes 5 minutes.
Wow.
Then you stick them in the fridge.
I'd like to just to throw it out there, maybe we could subpoena Daniel's Google records.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
What's that? Oh, I'm sorry. I got a call from work.
Yeah.
The peanut
Yeah, he
butter.
might have cheated.
The peanut butter is a surprising element. I wasn't expecting
And
peanut
I
butter.
didn't. I feel foolish for not realizing butterscotch chips, but it's just it tastes and smells like peanut butter, and it's sweet. So I thought sugar, but I was wrong.
When you guys were all not including butterscotch, I was like, oh man, I'm so stupid. Of course it wouldn't be in there. But I put it as an ingredient just to be like, I have to get one of the 3.
Yeah. Well,
It's in
they
the
are
name.
called butterscotch haystacks.
I know that's
so.
what threw me. I was like, I wasn't sure if that was counting as one of the ingredients since it was in the name.
Yeah.
I went back and
a
forth
lot of
between
people
that
have
and
a lot of
peanut butter.
excuses why they didn't win.
I know, right? God, listen
They're
to them.
so jealous of your $1. They're so
Guys,
mad.
Guys, you're never getting this.
Give me the goddamn $1.
So just let the dream die.
Hey, Wendy, congratulations on your Emmy nominations.
Oh, thank you. Just one.
I had a thought.
Not nominations, just
I'd
one.
be willing to bet Wendy's already won some Emmys.
Have you?
Yeah, you look like someone who's probably won
I've
some
won
Emmys.
one Emmy in my life, and they can't take it away from me. So I have it.
And it's not even a daytime Emmy.
It's a regular ass
the
Emmy.
loser's Emmy. This is a real Emmy.
Yeah.
Was it
I have
given
one.
out at the Tech Emmys? Or whatever the pre
Way to rain on my parade.
I'm sorry.
Allison.
I'm sorry. I don't know why did I do that? Why did I do that? 'Cause I want the dollar.
Did they mail it to you and have you assemble it?
Yes, the animation, outstanding animated program is given at the Crummies, the Creative Arts Emmys. But it's still a real Emmy, and no one, including you, can take it away from me.
So
Wendy, you and I went to college together. You made Butterscotch Haystacks for my show.
therefore,
Brought them
you won an
over.
Emmy.
I felt that we had a secret wink agreement where I was going to win the dollar. And then when you just handed it to Daniel, I found that I got a little bit resentful, and it came out in my raining on your
Don't
Emmy
worry.
parade. I'm sorry.
You can win the dollar at the technical Butterscotch Haystacks competition, which
then
is
it doesn't
held on a
count.
different weekend.
Wendy, how
Then
much
you can
better?
win.
How much better do you think winning an Emmy is than having a gold record?
Oh, Thaxton.
Yeah, we don't.
Neither of those things is anywhere near getting a dollar.
I mean,
for sure.
I can-
guys.
I can
That's for
confirm.
sure. No one would pay either of us even $1 for our trophies. I
Yeah.
don't think. No
Do you
one
want
wants
to?
them.
Would you like to? We're getting around to how heavily decorated this group of people is as far as awards and
Yeah.
statues.
Oh, yeah.
And I, in my life, have won one statue award, one trophy.
Ooh.
But I've won several like belt buckles. Those don't really
Oh,
count.
this should be
Those
like a we have to guess.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you'll never guess it. If you want to get the only trophy, actual trophy
let's
in my
try.
life that wasn't a participation one, what was it?
Yes, I won. I won good sportsmanship.
Yeah, I would get stuff like that.
Tennis
Yeah,
camp.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna guess. I think we're gonna need a few hints. Is it a sport?
No, it's
Okay.
an event type of thing.
Okay, an
Is
event type of
it
thing.
Best Dracula at a costume party that was only Dracula's?
Right.
No.
Okay.
And this is when I was a child.
Okay. Best
Okay.
child.
It wasn't Best Child.
Okay.
But multiple time runner up. They don't
Okay.
give a trophy for that. But
Okay.
Fastest horseshoer.
no.
It was an event. Was it a rodeo event?
Yes.
I was close. Huh?
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
thinking rodeo too, but I feel like that's a sport.
Yeah. So this is for like young people, like younger. So most of the belt buckles I won, I was like a tween, probably 10 to 13ish. And then this is pre that. So there's an event that they would hold. It's like a spectacle at the rodeo.
Funniest rodeo clown child.
Nope.
Children.
Was there a competition where like there were a bunch of other rodeo people out there and they would talk for a while and then you would like latch onto one small thing one of them said and then like do a bit about it but also never ever let it go? Was there that? Because I think you won that even as a child. That's what you were a prodigy at. Probably.
I don't know. That doesn't sound like anything I ever had any like
Yeah, no.
proclivity
I just
for.
thought maybe you did it early in life,
No.
but I guess maybe it came later.
No, I never got to that stage. Oddly enough, that wasn't really my thing. This is more like man and beast or child and beast.
The
if you
beautiful
will.
sport of cow dancing, where you would dance with a cow.
Again, multiple
and the
time
cow is
runner up.
on 2 feet.
Yeah, I've done that. And
They try to not
Sure.
make that a competitive thing.
right.
though.
Right.
That's all
Yeah,
about
that's
grace.
more just fun.
Yeah, it's the pageantry there.
Littlest cowboy with the biggest horse.
I probably was that little dude a few times.
We don't know
kind of
any
like
rodeo events,
child
David.
fucking bronco
We don't know
or
any.
rope
You're trying
thing.
to
Calf roper.
Calf roping.
Let
Yeah.
me so that would be like an adult's thing. This when I tell you, you'd be like, oh yeah, I've heard of that, or maybe you've seen it. Like,
Barrel racing.
nope, I did
pig
that.
catching.
This
Greased
was
pig catching.
closer,
Hoop rolling.
not hoop rolling.
Greased clown catching.
Further,
Piglet catching.
nope, not pigs.
Oh, but there is some kind of baby. Calf
Rabbit punting.
Snake getting.
I just tell you.
Snake swinging.
Okay, you can tell us.
Get that snake. Little kids out
Yeah.
in a
We're gonna need
field catching
None of us
snakes.
know any rodeo events. This is the worst
Okay, let me
audience
just-
for
We're
this
gonna
game.
I gave normally my thing is no hints, and then it's just the guessing is over. But I
Goat
kept
catching.
luring you into it. I
baby
did used to
goats.
tie down goats.
I feel bad for the goats. We're
yeah.
gonna need a drum roll.
Goat catching.
This was
Frog
a
catching.
little activity they call mutton busting, which is little kids riding sheep as far as they can. And then they just open the gate. Now they're well protected
dangerous.
with helmets and stuff. No helmet. My picture was in the paper with my cowboy hat flying off my head as I'm just hugging this little sheep. And it just jetted right to the rest of the herd. And then as a group, they moved around and I just hung on for, I think, 4 or 5 seconds. 4th place. I didn't even win.
Oh.
They had a trophy.
They had a trophy for 4th place.
Wow. So you came that close to never having ever gotten a trophy. Like,
Right, correct.
If they
but
didn't
I won,
happen to
like,
give it to 4th
spurs
place.
and buckle. I won things, just never actual
A
first place
trophy.
trophies. A 4th place.
What was your rodeo sport that you were really good at?
I could rope okay. Oh, I rode calves really well. I was pretty good at that because you just got to hang on.
Yeah. So now is this a full size sheep that you're mutton you're busting?
It had a lot of wool. It was pretty woolly, and I was like 6 or 7, so I could really hug in there.
How
I
did
wish
you?
my kids could do that. I'd love to see my kids ride
Maybe
a
they
sheep.
could.
I gotta find out
It
if
was
that's
really
still
fun.
happening.
Yeah, I think they still do it if you go to rodeos.
How did your? Because I know that you were a rancher when you were older, young but an adult.
Yeah.
a young adult. But how did you get into this as like a 6 or 7-year-old?
Oh, just always being around rodeos. Just like.
But I
and
mean, your parents must
I
have had a
think-
passion for rodeos.
Yeah, it was one of those things. We liked horses and stuff, so it was like, hey, the rodeo's in town, and this was at like a small town rodeo. Do you want to go down? And then,
If your children would like to be in the mutton busting, come down and sign up over here at this gate.
and you see someone just like waving a clipboard, and I was like, I'll do it. And then I just walked down and signed it, and then I got really nervous, being like, you just have a grown person just dropping you down, like, there you go, get your legs around him, and then just hold on to the neck, and then you're just gripping some wool. You've never heard of this, never had any practice, never seen
Yeah.
anyone do it, and they just open a gate, and you're like, here we go.
Does
And
the
then
sheep freak out, or is it
it just bolts? And then there was I got 4th, rightfully. So the kid that got first, his sheep ran out to the middle of the arena, jumped straight up in the air, spun around a bunch of times,
Oh, wow.
and jetted away, and he stayed on the entire time. And the
he a
crowd
ringer?
was
I mean-
going nuts.
How could he be so good?
He punched me in the stomach when we were like 3 or 4 years old. So I always knew who he was. He was like a nemesis I never wanted. I was reaching into like a trough full of ice and beer and Cokes, and then I grabbed
At
one.
3 or 4?
Yeah, little kid. Like reached in, like, and then I just saw this kid, and then he just punched me in the stomach. And so I knew when I heard his name, like, oh, this piece of shit. And then he just went out there and was the best. And I was like, I just hate him so much
I
more.
don't care for that. What is he doing now?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I hope he's
He's
having a
probably on
nice
Twitter,
life.
like fucking with you.
Good question. I don't know. I don't know, guys.
Yeah, maybe he's that tickle guy from your story. So Owen and Elliot were playing with a box last night. Elliot would get in the box, and then Owen decided he wanted to get in the box, and they were taking turns getting in the box. But at one point, Elliot was in the box, and then Owen walked up to him and just put his face like right up near Elliot's face. And I was like, oh, how cute. Like, brother affection. And then Elliot just took his hand out and just went boom, like pushed Owen away. And I realized, not like the guy who punched you in the stomach. The way I said it was more aggressive than it was. But I think it was like a very animalistic, like, you're in my space. I'm the alpha and I'm pushing you away. And I thought, like, oh yeah, of course they're not just gonna like nuzzle and be
I
all
wonder
cute.
if he was doing that because we were playing where I would put my forehead on his forehead, and he was just laughing. Like he just
Oh,
thought that
you
was
and Owen were?
yeah.
Well, his brother didn't appreciate it.
I know. I probably set him up for that.
Yeah. It is weird how those kind of social dynamics, pecking order, the more dominant one, like all that stuff is so, because I don't relish any of that stuff. I feel like, we should, it's a meritocracy and we're all egalitarian and everyone gets a fair shake and blah, blah, blah. So just to see them be these little animals.
David pushed me on the way in. I tried to get into the
You were
pod-
5 minutes after me. I was
What do
already
you call
sitting.
this pod
cabin.
Pod cabin. I tried to get him first, and he shoved me out of the way, and he was like, "I'm here first." And it was just really weird.
That
you know?
seems like him.
Do you
Yeah,
know
it
how
seems like
you
him.
can tell when people are lying? They can't
Wow.
remember simple names like the place where they are sitting.
No, because I was traumatized by the shove.
Yeah.
He just shoved me out of the way. I fell in the bush.
I mean,
She
I
has
was
a broken
first.
toe.
yeah, it was easy to
Still
push me.
first.
I was already off center, and he just gave me the slightest nudge, and there I was in the bushes,
I mean,
screaming.
Yeah.
you know I love being in a door first.
I know.
I've made that very
now
clear.
Yeah,
I
you know how important
I
it
know.
is to-
I forgot myself and tried to come in first and got pushed over.
And to my credit, I was going, you know how important this is to me? You know how important this And you just
Yeah.
were, I feel like you had earbuds in or something. 'Cause you were
I
kind
had
of like
earbuds
bobbing
in.
your
I was
head.
listening to Tiffany.
Yeah.
It was like
in the right mental headspace.
I didn't mean for you to fall into the bush. It was supposed to just be like a gentle.
Children behave. That's what I listen to get myself jazzed up for this podcast every time.
Yes.
And watch what they say. Yeah.
oh, now we're gonna have to pay royalties.
Yeah.
Does anyone else remember when there was an episode of Growing Pains where they used a Tiffany song, like a new
Nope.
Tiffany? I feel like a new Tiffany song.
It was like a
debuted.
moving song, was it?
Yes.
Like a slow song?
Yes.
I do remember the Family Ties where they did "If You Don't Love Me." Bye.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, wasn't
Right?
it?
was Alex and his girlfriend broke up.
I don't think it was that song though. I think
no,
it
you're
was.
right.
Was
it-
it the what?
Oh yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's it. I'm really bad at remembering music. I'm probably the
I
opposite
forget what
of
that
you.
song's called though.
Wait, the
Polar,
one-
the
are you
complete
talking about the
opposite
one
of Tony
that's-
Thaxton.
The theme song of Wonder Years.
No.
No. This was the.
What
Would you
would
say
you
at this
think?
moment?
It was when he
you
and
stand
Ellen
before
broke
me
up.
with tears
His real life
in
wife,
your eyes.
Tracy Holland.
Yeah, and then he got together with Courtney Cox on the show
Right.
next, maybe,
Yeah,
or maybe
Lauren.
she was first. I don't remember.
I don't either.
Yeah, I
But they
remember
were
hearing
both
that
there.
song and being incredibly moved as a child. Like, what is this song? I must listen to it again. This is a song adults play when they break up.
I don't even know
was
this song.
really
I don't
into it.
think.
Yeah,
I feel like
it's
I must
if
know
you
it.
just don't love me, no.
What song did I think it was? Totally different song.
If you don't know me by
Oh
now.
yeah, it's sort of similar though, right? That dun,
Yeah,
dun,
they're a little similar.
dun. There's a reason they were next to each other in my brain. That's what I'm
Figure
getting
out
at.
what that's. Oh, it's called "At This Moment" by Billy Vera and the Beaters.
Who?
Yeah.
Daniel and I, our wedding song was going to be "Beyond the Sea." You know that song, "Somewhere Beyond the Sea." We both really liked that song.
And then we read the lyrics.
Yeah, well, we found. Yeah, it's very. It's. I think it's about someone who like their spouse.
It's like someone died.
Yeah, someone dies, and then I think we were still like, "That's okay. We're gonna hang on to this sheep," and then we tried dancing to it, and it's like impossible.
Yeah,
to
so you
dance
know
to.
how like at wedding receptions, the couple dances. We thought we'd do that. No.
So then we just.
That was
It was like the
ridiculous.
night before. I think we switched it to "At Last," which everyone uses for their wedding song. It's very unoriginal of us. We should have used the Tiffany song.
I mean,
Anyway, I couldn't even hear the music over the din of what did I do in my head.
yeah.
Anyway, I do think they debuted a Tiffany song on Golden Girls when Mike was breaking up with
Golden
I think her name.
Girls?
Growing pains.
That's what I mean. I think Mike was breaking up with Julie was her name.
I think I may have seen one
Yeah.
episode of Growing Pains in my whole
I
life.
saw all of them.
What I will tell you, I typed in "growing" because you know I love to Google.
I do.
Typed in "Growing Pains Tiffany" and then immediately it just brought up "Growing Pains episode with Tiffany song" without me typing anything.
What?
else.
Tell us what else it said.
The song is
remember it
the
all.
song is called
The flowers you gave me are something
Yeah.
about the flowers are dying.
All right. Well, immediately it said a song called "Nasty Habits," but then immediately under that it says "Could Have Been."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Could have been so beautiful. Could have been so right.
Yeah.
Oh, I think the episode is called "Nasty Habits." The song is called "Could Have Been."
Oh, is that
That's
the
what
one
it
where
is.
the girl does cocaine? Where's my snippet? Where's my snippet? Where's my
Let's
stop
snippet?
the podcast and go get some cocaine. Yes. I feel so powerful. Yeah, I think the girl, maybe the nasty habit is the cocaine.
Is that why he broke up with her?
There is an episode where people are doing cocaine
Yeah.
and he doesn't want to do it. And then he does a PSA at the end of the episode about like if your friends are pressuring you.
The
Like-
IMDb description of the episode only says Mike will do anything to put off doing his English paper, so Jason
Including
tries.
cocaine.
So Jason tries a bit of reverse psychology to motivate his son.
That's the one with the Tiffany
That's
episode?
nasty habits?
According to
That
IMDb.
show's a fucking mess.
I don't know about that.
Could have been so beautiful.
I just remember the part that was the flowers you gave me are just about to die. When I think about what could have been, makes me want to cry. Yeah.
Could have been so beautiful.
Something I was going to say about all of this. Oh, did we ever find any other Wendy snippets?
Well, the problem is there are some Wendy the dog things.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I think that's
Always
this
be living in that fucking shadow.
This is the only one that might be. So this could go either way.
What the fuck?
There you go.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And the other ones are barking.
Yeah.
Those could be me. You don't know.
That's true. I did not double check.
You
I
guys,
just crunched an extra noodle. Sorry.
it's okay.
On mic.
It's okay. This has been so much fun. I have relished every moment. I discovered that I kind of like kombucha more than I thought I did.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a booch head.
Would the gentleman like to try the third flavor?
I'll try it.
Oh yeah, and then Daniel, you can just pass your cup down.
Oh,
Ooh,
another great fermentation.
down to me, and I can have a sip. And
Give me a little
while
extra
we're
for
all-
Allison.
Okay.
While we're all doing that,
Thank you.
I'd like to remind you, I'm an Amazon influencer. Go to amazon.com/shop/Allison Rosen, amazon.com/shop/Allison Rosen. You can shop my podcast gear, my beauty stuff, makeup, house stuff, kids stuff, Daniel stuff, all sorts of stuff. Go shop it. Also, I have a book out, Tropical Attire and Courage, and Other Phrases That Scare Me. Also, listen to my Monday episode with Chris Gethard. He and Tony are true BFFs, and the video of that is at youtube.com/Allison Rosen. Subscribe to that too while you're there. And if you like what you're hearing, please leave us a comment, and also make sure you're subscribed to the podcast. I'm going to try this third one now. This is lemon lavender.
Yes, it is lemon lavender time.
Ooh.
It's lemon lavender time.
Yeah, it is that lemon lavender time.
It's interesting.
You didn't like this one as much.
I don't like that one as much. That one's
is
got
a new
more
flavor.
of a vinegary flavor to me. And it's like,
No,
I
think it's
want it
good.
to be more like lemonade.
No, that was good.
I'm sure it's good.
Yeah.
I'm sure the true booch heads among us like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just telling you as a non-booch head how I feel. Dave, where can we find you? Anything particular we should look for?
No, davidhuntsberger.com. No. Nothing going on. Big nothingness. I worked on the whole duration of the ongoing pandemic. It took everything out of me, and now it's in that space where it's gently probably going to be getting rejected in the next couple weeks. So I'll be living in the woods soon. But I'll put it on YouTube or something, and I don't know when that will be. But I have a podcast called Space Cave, which has hundreds of previous episodes. I haven't done any recently. Same thing with Professor Blastoff, which is behind a paywall on Stitcher. And Wendy and I do a show called These Are Those Tapes, which you can find for free everywhere. It's real, and there's 20 to 30 minute long episodes that are just deep dives, journalistic, hard-hitting type things, if you like that. And that's
Brutal stuff.
Brutal, revelatory, make you turn a mirror on society type stuff.
Important is what I've heard.
Important.
Yeah. And that's it for me.
Wonderful, Wendy.
I'm on Twitter at Wendy Molyneux. Don't follow me. I'm trash. On Instagram, I'm at Great North Wendy. I never post. You can catch up on The Great North, the show that I make with my sister, which is on Hulu. It is animated.
Make it sound like
And-
it's just some show. Well, yeah, I just make it with my sister.
Yeah, I don't know. And a lot of other wonderful people, including frequent guest Paul Rust, who is in
Yes,
it.
we love him.
And Nick Offerman and Megan Mullally.
It's a great cast.
And Jenny Slate. Now that I've said several, I have to keep saying them. Otherwise,
yeah.
it's like I left someone out. Dulce Sloan, Aparna Nancherla, and I think I said
Will Forte.
and Will Forte. Can't leave him out. And Alanis Morissette. So all of those people are in the Great North. You should watch it because you can binge it now. All 13 are on Hulu. And Bob's Burgers, of course. And we'll be back in the fall with both of those in September.
Wonderful, Tony.
I am on Twitter and Instagram at
Tony Thaxton.
And my podcast, Bizarre Albums, every Tuesday. And the Motion City Soundtrack Tour 2022 tickets are on sale now. So go get vaccinated so that doesn't get canceled.
And Daniel?
At Daniel Quantz, Twitter and Instagram.
D Quantz on the Snappy.
D Quantz. I re-downloaded Snappy just so we could do filters with Elliot.
He requested
loves
it.
that. Oh my god.
Yeah.
They do have great filters.
Yeah, they're pretty fun.
Yeah.
D Quantz on the Snappy.
Oh, God. Thank you so much, you guys. Listeners, thank you for listening. I love you. You matter. Goodbye.
Hey, do you know about the Allison Rosen show?